are so fortunate to have you today as we welcome you to the program Know Yourself and to our series of the broad topic Marriage from Friendship Standpoints. We have already looked at the first part, within which we talked about two authorities and what they said about friendship. One, John Gottman, and Augustine. I hope you've not forgotten. So we began the last time that we met on trying to look at the acronym FRIENDS. So we looked at letter F, being fruitful, that your friendship, your marriage should be fruitful, should be beneficial. It should have multiplying effects. And then we also looked at R, which is reciprocal. So today we're going to continue with the series, and the next on our acronym friends is letter I. Letter I is intimacy, and intimacy in our context literally would use it loosely to mean into me, see. It's knowing one another. It says that of our first parents, that is, Adam was with his wife, that is what the good book says, Eve, and he knew her. It is intimacy. Endeavor to get intimate with your spouse and have fun. I mean, life, people say, is too short. One old proverb says it well: friendship doubles the joy and cuts the grief in half. That's what it does to life. It doubles the joy and it cuts the grief in half. Life is full of pains and laughter. So the joy that you have in life, intimacy will double it and will cut your grief, which you are bound to face as couple in life. It will cut it in half. That's what it does to life. It doesn't matter what you are going through. It's better if you are with your friends. And so it's supposed to be intimate. At times you are in a certain difficulty. But as soon as you see that friend of yours, here we're looking at the intimate friend, at least you are cushioned, even within that time. So I want to share with you three kinds of marriages. We have one kind of marriage that we can call it back to back. And then the second one is shoulder to shoulder. And then the third marriage is face to face. I'll take my time to explain myself. What is back to back in marriage? What we know is that it is a principle that applies more broadly in marriage. But for our specific context, that is marriage, back-to-back marriages are really where they are, if you have a certain couple and a certain relationship where there are a lot of adversaries and then animosity. So when the two of them are seeing each other or they are having troubles, difficulties, they are loggerhead with each other, that is a marriage that is back-to-back. Characteristics of that marriage: they see themselves as enemies. They have turned their backs on one another. They are bitter, they are hostile, and that is not even enough. They are not loving, they are not working on their friendship. That is a marriage we are referring to. It's in a bad place. So I want to ask the question, as you look at me and you are listening, how many of you are there where you see your spouse as an enemy, your adversary? The bitterness seeps out, the anger seeps out, the disgust seeps out. It's back to back. You are not friends. Maybe for some years. You could fake it. Anymore, everybody sees it. It's obvious. So you have a marriage that is characterized that way, back to back. Most marriages, I will say, fall within the second category of marriage that we call it shoulder to shoulder. What is it? In this case, you are basically co-workers. And I think what happens is you start off as friends initially, and then you become co-workers. We've got to finish college, you tell each other, or pay off our student debts, or buy our first home, or what about the career? We are now into an area where you get pregnant. Oh, what are we going to do now? We've got a bunch of kids. Our parents are sick. How are we going to pay the bills? I lost my job. We've got to start something else. You are working on life. We are so busy as couples. We hardly know each other and find time for each other. What are we doing? If you are in a relationship, if your marriage is characterized by such a situation where you don't find time for each other, then your marriage is shoulder to shoulder, work all the time. It's work. Like business partners. Indeed, a lot of marriage, as I said, is shoulder to shoulder. That is work. But if indeed that is all that you have got, it will not last. And it will not be a friendship. It's going to be lonely, and the two of you are going to see yourselves as strangers. So work is good, but you shouldn't live out your life in such a way that every time it is work. You hardly find time for each other. That is shoulder to shoulder marriage. We want to look at the very last one, and that is what I call face to face. Remember, we're looking at intimacy, and these marriages that we are describing would deny you of the two of you becoming intimate. If you see the first one, the two of you are basically and barely enemies. How can you be intimate? And this one, almost all the time, it is work. Let's look at the third one, which I would encourage all of us to have this face-to-face marriage. Our marriages should be this. This one is actually looking one another in the eye, putting down your phone, turning off the TVs, being alone together. This is date night and evenings together, and some possible time, holidays and vacations, They are all possible, and like even a minute or two to just look at one another in the eye and see love and connect and be face to face. This is more of spending quality time with the one that you love. A time devoid of your phones, distractions, and then again, all the gadgets. That is face to face. In that area, you can get intimate. And so the letter that we looked at this time is intimacy. Let us get intimate. The next on the acronym friends that we want to look at is letter E. Letter E. F, R, I, and now E. And that is enjoyable. Enjoyable. A marriage should also be enjoyable. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's okay to have fun together as we looked at the face-to-face. You should. It's going to be a long term. You may as well put a few memories in there. Have fun. Try and enjoy. Create memories that from time to time. Visit places of importance. You can play, do something, take pictures here and there. And so some years to come, some time, some months to come, you can still share your memories. And so we read from the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 from verse 7 through 9. I want to read. Go eat your bread with joy. Drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already approved what you do. Let your garment always be white, your sins forgiven. Let not oil be lacking on your head. Enjoy life with a wife whom you love all the days of your vein, or some of your transitions will say. Meaningless life that He has given you under the sun, because this is your portion in life and in your toil, at which you toil under the sun. With this exposition, I want us to ponder over this quotation from the good book. Here is what the writer is saying. Life is short. Very short. The word there for vain or meaningless, it appears some 38 times in the book of Ecclesiastes. In the Hebrew, it's Hebel, Hebel. The book starts with that word, Hebel, Hebel, says the teacher. Life is Hebel. The question is, what is life? I think in this context, the word is best rendered fleeting. Life is fleeting. You wake up in the morning, you take a breath, and it's cold out, and you see your breath, and then it's gone. He is saying life is like that. It moves really fast. How many of you have been married for a while and it's gone fast? Be like, man, the kids are growing up. We are getting old. It's moving fast. Life moves very fast. So soon, you are getting older. And so, you must enjoy the little time that God has put in your disposal. Find time to enjoy your life. The little that you have, be content with it. You don't need to build mansions and buy flashy cars before. Whatever God has blessed you with, enjoy it. And as we are looking at the quotation from Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse number 7 through 9, the writer says again, and what he's saying is, life is so fast and you just need to get dressed up, forgive one another's sin, go out, find something to eat, find something to drink, have some fun, make some memories, laugh a little bit to the glory of God. Have some fun, get something to eat, play here and there, just enjoy your life as couple. It's true, because one of the attributes of God is joy. And He wants us to enjoy marriage and life with our friends. Make memories, I urge you. Make it. And here is a key. Take photos to remember the memories. And sometimes just go back over them. Or, I believe that would be nice. From time to time, you can go back and look at those pictures. Oh, that was hilarious. That was fun. You look great. Some words like this will flash your memories as you look at those pictures. Let us revisit the enjoyable memories in our relationship. And so today we looked at the next two letters in our acronym under discussion, and that is I, which is intimate, and E, enjoyable. Thank you so much once again for your time. Your views are always welcomed. Your comments are welcome. Your recommendations are always welcome, so we can serve you better. Thanks so much.